Yeah, good afternoon. As Alar said, my name is Andrus Viirg, and I'm working for Enterprise Estonia in Silicon Valley. And I will give you a very short presentation or briefing how to do business in Estonia and how the startups, how the startup ecosystem has developed here. But maybe first, as a background, what is Enterprise Estonia? I understand there are a lot of so-called international people here, and you don't know our foundations and our business support agencies. And Enterprise Estonia is really the biggest so-called national agency or foundation for business support and development. And there are two sides that we are working on. First is and the biggest part is really that we are like an implementing agency for European Union structural funds for business support. And our budget is pretty big in this sense. From 2007 to 2013, it's over $1 billion US dollars, and that really goes directly to the companies. And monitoring these programs and checking how the money has been used. We have a quite big staff. That's 300 people. But the other side of our business is really promoting Estonia outside, and this is doing the foreign direct investment promotion, export, promoting Estonian companies outside, and also promoting Estonia as a place for the tourists. And we can say that we were helping Estonian companies to go global, to internationalize, and assisting foreign companies to get localized in Estonia or to Estonianize. And for that, we do have the promotional or foreign offices, and as you see here, it's quite an extensive network. But usually they are like one-man shows, like me in Silicon Valley, and in US it's only place is really the Silicon Valley for our office. And why Silicon Valley? It is the so-called hotspot for startups and also innovation and technology. So just being in Silicon Valley helps you to understand the global trends in technology, and also Silicon Valley is the best place globally to attract or to raise additional funding for the startups. But now coming to the Estonian ecosystem. So this slide was first shared last year in September in London at the Seed Camp week, and I think it puts Estonia very well on the map. How many startups or how active Estonian startup scene is, and especially if we start counting it per capita. So we always like to how to say, compare the data per capita. Then Estonia is always on the top. If we start counting the real money and also the population numbers, then we are really on the lower side. But why Estonia is such a good place for the startups, and what is the ecosystem, and what's really behind that? First, maybe I'll start with where is the money. Definitely the startups, they need the money, and the first thing to say is we have a really good so-called angel fund. This is the ambient sound investment, and this was formed by the first Skype engineers, and they are running like 100 million euro plus angel fund. Angel fund means that they are really using their own money. They have not raised money from other sources like venture capital does. And plus to the angel fund, we have also a government, like a public venture fund, Estonian Development Fund, which always has to put money together with private sector, and they are working really like a private VC. And then of course we do have investment banking like equity investments as well. Then just recently we also have 2 new accelerators in the Estonian ecosystem. One of them is Startup Wise Guys, and the other is Game Founders that just now, I think we have Sven from the Game Founders here, you just advertised for the first batch, and I think all the applications are in, and somewhere I heard that it's more than 122 companies, or you are selecting from the first 10 or 15 companies. And the idea of the accelerators is to give the first so-called seed money, like 10,000–15,000 euros for three months, and during these 3 months, the companies here in Estonia should go to the so-called next level, and during the so-called demo days or demo weeks, the idea is to attract more venture capital. And actually they are international startups. They are not looking only Estonian-born startups, but they are really regional wide. And I also put this Plus Estonian Startup Estonia program, which is actually supporting one of the accelerators, the Game Founders. And then the locations where are the best places for the startups to be, or where to network. One is definitely the Tehnopolis, or it's in the Tallinn Technical University campus here. The other place is definitely Technopolis Ülemiste, and also the Garage 48 hub. This is really a cool place to network, and for many events, startup events. And then I also put a plus for locations, Enterprise Estonia in Silicon Valley. That's actually my office, how to say, because the accelerators are, yes, here in Estonia, but actually the market is global market, and you need to accelerate somewhere. You are not focused on the Estonian market, and in this sense, to be in Silicon Valley is how to say, almost a must or a gold standard for all the startups. And Startup Wise Guys, they have already sent one part of their companies to Silicon Valley, and we are organizing together so-called study trips and also the pitching events in Silicon Valley as well. Going maybe more broader, what is the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem in Estonia? That in our enterprise registry there are more than 40,000 companies, and during the last 20 years, our businesses have been integrating very much to the Northern Europe. We can because Finland, Sweden, they are also our biggest foreign investors in Estonia, and now we can say that all the sectors that are strong in Scandinavia, like IT, banking, timber industry, electronics, engineering, they are also strong here in Estonia. And in this sense, our so-called main strengths really lie in the IT sector, as we are known to be home of Skype, and then electronics. Ericsson has one of their biggest manufacturing plants in Europe here in Estonia, and all the 4G equipment for the US market is actually made here in Estonia. And last but not least, it's the oil shale energy, and in this sense, Estonia is quite a unique country in the whole world, that using oil shale as a source for power generation, and now we are already exporting that technology as well. Estonian oil shale company, or power company, Estonian Energy, they are doing joint projects in Jordan and also in US. They have acquired one of the biggest oil shale excavation rights in Utah, in US. So it's not only so-called E&M sector or E&M applications, internet or mobile applications that we are strong of. But I think the e-Estonia thing, this is really paving the way for many useful applications, and there are still a lot of opportunities around that. Other mobile, for example, you've probably heard about the mobile parking and all the banking sector transactions, that it's almost 100% is going electronically, and all the e-government applications from the tax board or from the e-schools. And I have some so-called historical points here as well, that we have been already a long history in mixing drugs. One of the oldest so-called apotheques in Europe, still running from 1422, is in the old city. We can't say that this is the basis for our biotech or pharma industry at the moment, and also the architecture and construction industry. Olaviste Church used to be the highest building in the whole world in the medieval ages. But why Estonia has been quite, how to say, like a forerunner in the startups, and also attracting foreign investors. Again, if we start counting it per capita, then the money inflow is really the biggest in the whole so-called Central and Eastern Europe, and it's very close to the numbers of Finland and Sweden, which have also attracted a lot of foreign investors. I think the main so-called foundation for the business system or business ecosystem has been a very stable currency from 1992. First, it was the currency board system, and from 2011 we are in the Eurozone. That has been always supported by a balanced general government budget. We have had only one year with a very small deficit on that. And then it has been the so-called simple tax system, that we are running a flat tax system that is equal for everybody. It's 21%. And the good side for that is that actually the companies pay tax only when they take the profit out of the company. So if they keep it in the balance sheet or invest further, there is no corporate income tax. We have also done the very quick and rapid privatization, even a lot of the infrastructure. This is already done, but that really made, how to say, a rapid growth, especially for the telecom markets and also for the banking industry. And Estonia has always been promoting like liberal economic policies, and in this sense, it's funny that when we joined the European Union and the World Trade Organization, then we had to actually introduce trade taxes, because before that we didn't have it. And when talking about foreign companies coming to Estonia or investing into Estonia, then all the companies set up in Estonia have equal rights, so we don't make any differences where is the capital coming from, and even the foreign citizens have the right to purchase and own land, and then there is of course no restrictions or taking the profit out. But we have maybe one restriction is that we don't have any so-called special grants or incentives for foreign investors. So as I said, that everybody is equal, and now Enterprise Estonia is using quite a lot of the EU structural funds money that can be channeled towards starting your companies, helping to do the R&D development, working out your products, and also marketing it, or the so-called export promotion in foreign markets. And taking the whole thing together, so why you should be in Estonia? What's the cool things here? Definitely it is the strategic location. We are just on the border of so-called east and west. This is good also for the bigger industries. As we have on the EU side, our port of Tallinn is definitely the biggest port in cargo and also in passenger traffic. The passenger traffic gives a lot of input also for our tourism industry. The number of tourists annually, it's almost double the number of Estonian population. It's like 3 million plus tourists visit Estonia annually, and many of them actually come through our port of Tallinn with the cruise ships and also the passenger ships. Then definitely it is the quality, technical and foreign language skills. Tallinn Technical University is definitely the number one, providing the engineers both on the IT and also the more so-called material type of engineers, construction and metalworking, and also power engineering, and English language is the most commonly used language in Estonia as a foreign language. Then it is the competitive costs and taxes. I already mentioned that we are really very good and simple tax system of 21%, corporate taxes, the competitive so-called salaries and other costs, especially if we are looking towards Scandinavian countries, and that has made Estonia almost like a manufacturing base for many Scandinavian Nordic companies. And then for the IT industry, it is definitely thanks to the early privatization of the Estonian telecom. Now we are really having three or it's even 4 mobile network providers for the size of Estonia, which is really amazing. In US, we also have like only 4 for the 200 million people, and the price differences are really in favor of the Estonian consumers, definitely, because usually in US, I think Martin can agree with here that it is very expensive and very slow with all the internet connections. And
the most expensive and
and finally, it's really easy to do business. That in many rating agencies have put Estonia on a very high ranking of how quickly you can start up your company here, and the corruption levels are really low. And of course, it's the low risk and good governance that the government is always running a balanced budget, and it's very conservative in borrowing. So we are the lowest government debts in the whole Eurozone, which is really 6%. So that was very quickly what I had to say about the ecosystem of doing business in Estonia. And of course, you are always welcome to start up your business here, and we are here to help you. So.
Thank you.